You are so disappointing on so many levels.
Hey guys, it's the Pink King here. Today we're going to talk about Helluva Boss again, with this video being a continuation, if you will, of my previous video, which was a more self-contained review about Apology Tour, the most recent episode. So if you want to know what my thoughts on that episode were, go watch that right now, it's on my channel, and then come right back in. Now today, I want to talk about something that I and many others have been feeling in regards to Helluva Boss for a while now. That being how frustrating this show has been ever since it all began back in 2020. Now, what do I mean when I say frustrating? Well, essentially, it boils down to one key aspect. This show has an identity crisis, and a very bad one at that. But before we talk about anything, be sure to like and subscribe. These type of videos are not the easiest to make, so if you want more content just like this, then be sure to subscribe and like this video. Not only are you helping me, but you're helping push this video into the algorithm, so like and subscribe so I can bring you more high quality videos just like this. Now, you don't have to be a reviewer like me to notice that Helluva Boss is a very inconsistent series, especially as of recently. With Helluva Boss shifting its priorities and what it considers important all the time, to a point that now it feels like multiple shows forced into one. First, let's talk about the pilot. The entire point of a pilot is to establish what a show will be about and what to expect from a show. And in the case of Helluva Boss, I feel its pilot was very different to how it is now, with it establishing the main crew of sorts, with the main cast being the imps, as they look to do business as usual by killing targets in the human world, with the addition of the much more mysterious character, that being Stolas. And by judging how the pilot's poster and the way he speaks here in this episode, you'd probably assume he'd be the antagonist of sorts. So what this pilot established was this would be a series about demons going to the human world to hunt down targets. Now that, on its own, is a pretty good pilot. It's simple but an open concept that leaves plenty of room for more exciting future episodes and stories, with it perfectly suiting a episodic format. Whereas Vivzy Pop's other show, Has Been Hotel, fits a much more linear format. And I know what some of you are already going to say, it's a pilot, so of course there are going to be changes, but simply use this as a base to see what the series initially intended to be. So with that being said, looking at Season 1, that idea of demons sent to take out a target is still there. Sure, sometimes they switch it up a bit, but it never strays too far from what it originally was, with around half of the episodes dedicated to following their formula and the other half dedicated to setting up and expanding the world of Helluva Boss more. Honestly, that's a pretty good ratio, and although not all episodes were hits, it was still a indie show's first season, so you could definitely give it some slack here. But then came Season 2. Yeah, Season 2, despite starting almost 2 years ago now, is still ongoing. But here is where we start to see the issues forming. So far, there have been 9 episodes released. And take a guess at how many follow the formula of the series. Only one. Yeah, only one actually sticks to the very thing this series was built around, that being unhappy campers. This already incredibly bizarre. Most series deviate from their formula when they've ran out of stories to tell, and yet it's only their second season and it looks like they've already abandoned it. However, in fairness, if they could justify the change in style with the quality of their new one, then it should work. After all, other shows have changed their formula to help keep their series fresh as well. But in the case of Helluva Boss, yeah, I would have to disagree. I mentioned this earlier, but this series is having a huge identity crisis, with their once simple to understand episodic formula now been muddied with an incoherent overarching stories, strange placement of episodes, and the worst thing is they now have no idea what the show's really about. And quite frankly, neither do I, because they've wanted to do too many things that quite frankly don't work in this format. Take Stolas and Blitz. Initially, it worked quite well, with it being something additional to help add more variety to the main stories and be the connective tissue that links all the separate stories together. However, over time, more and more attention was given to this relationship that now it's no longer a side story, it's the main one. In addition to it being inconsistent all the time, the writer's constantly shifting from whether one's in the wrong, both in the wrong, this being a genuine relationship or not. The writers can't make up their minds, in addition to them resetting both of them time and time again to keep this charade going. Then take the side stories in Hell. Initially something that just was meant to expand the world has now been overdone way too quickly. This no longer feels naturally expanding, but instead a sloppy and inconsistent world that doesn't know what it wants to be. And these are just a few things that they've added to the point I'm constantly wondering, is this a show where demons hunt down targets? Not anymore, because they've barely hunt down anyone anymore. Is it a show about the relationship between Stolas and Blitz? Maybe, but they keep throwing these stupid side stories that ultimately amount to nothing, but distract from the main story. Or is it a show about hell and the worlds there? No, because they occasionally go hunt people in the human world. You see the problem? They're way too ambitious about this show. Often overstepping to do something, not realizing that that overstep makes what came before even more confusing. So it's now just an endless loop of confusion in the audience, because the creators don't know what they're doing. And to me, I think the reason there's so much inconsistency and so much clashing of styles is because both Vivsy Pop and Brandon Rogers, despite being very talented writers, I'll give them that, I feel like they have too many yes men around them. There's not enough people challenging their decisions being made, and instead of just going with what they feel like. And it's the reason why this show has no clear vision for what it's going to be in the future. After watching each episode, I'm not excited to see what adventures they get up to the next time, because for all we know, they might change it again by next time. So what's the point of even getting excited for something that we know will probably be changed? In conclusion, Helluva Boss's own ambition is its own greatest weakness. There's nobody who's putting their foot down and being careful with what they do. And that thinking has already proven to cost them. Take Season 1's finale. If you recall, this episode had to air late and way into Season 2 because of a song. And a part of me wonders if someone had just put their foot down and told Viv, you don't need this song, then maybe things would have gone a lot smoother in that regard. And it's this, ultimately, this that makes Helluva Boss so frustrating. But what do you guys think? Do you agree or do you disagree with my opinions? That I think that this show is having an identity crisis? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you all next time.